Good evening, everyone, and welcome once again to the place, We're the place to be each and every Sunday night, even this Sunday, Easter Sunday night. Happy Easter to everyone out there who's joining us on track and, of course, in the viewing audience tonight for round 3 of season 34 of Sunday Night Lights. We're coming to you on Top Split TV from Mid-Ohio. This interesting track here, there, and parts of the US of A. I'm your host, Alex McKellar, and joining me as always is the chaotic one himself, Mr. Corey Steinhauser. Corey, another big night, single split, 20 cars, plenty of action ahead of us.
Oh, absolutely, Alex, and it should be an absolutely cracking one here tonight. I'm just having a look at the top of the list here, and we got 7 drivers at or above 5K, so it should be pretty cool to see how these guys rip around this track. A very technical track, a little bit pressure to pass, one big drafting pass zone, and a little kink thrown in here at the entry to the keyhole.
Yeah, that's it, mate. First time we've been to this this layout, and I'm sure the drivers are looking forward to it. That unique extra little bit of a challenge there with chicane in the first sector after turn 1. Let's go check out who's turned up here on Easter Sunday. Tim Hendrickson for Team Torpedo back after his travels international. Car number 1 here for Team Torpedo, of course. Car number 2 will be Captain 499, Neil Gardner for generally stupid and slow racing. He's back in action. Might fancy himself here tonight, although the top end of town, as you say, is pretty stacked. Jeff Randall, who's been pushing the pace in the last, almost all the races, I'd say almost a full season when you combine them all together, but certainly pushing the top end of town certainly this season and towards the latter stages of last season as well. Car number 4, Dario Fattini, is not in the car as yet, so we can't see what he's doing. Chris Herrera up on this Easter Sunday morning for him. We're running on empty. Car number 5, Daniel Otuga, joins us once again. We haven't seen a lot of Daniel in the racing here on Sunday nights, but we've seen him throughout the weeks doing a lot of racing, representing Scandinavia, of course, the Norwegian. Very famous for his battles with the Great Dane, Dennis Johansson. Good pace, good racing. Looking forward to seeing how he goes in what I think is only his second appearance with us. After multiple appearances, the head clown is back. Vasco Sorowski for Team Clowns. Car number 7 in the famous clown livery, joining us once again. Marcus Dorner. I don't know that we've seen him too often here on a Sunday night. I've had some racing with Marcus over the years. He's a good, aggressive racer, a bit of pace. He'll have a bit of fun out there, no doubt, on this track that, as Corey said, is pressure to pass personified. Chris Wayne is back for Gone Skipping Racing. His partner in crime up the front of the field is Jeff Randall. Car number 9 is Chris Wayne here tonight, getting a regular run here on a Sunday night. Similarly is Yerne Zorek. Car number 10 there for Right Foot Breakers. Love that name, that team name. Yerne, again, becoming somewhat of a regular here on a Sunday night, Corey.
Absolutely. Coming up next is the 11 car we have, but the sleepy cat himself, Peter Vandernoord from Bellano. It's great to see Peter out there having a crack. Right behind him, we have a trio of Oz and Z drivers with Samuel Collins as the 12 car. Lucky 13 goes to Nathan Verney for Locked On. And then Gregory Adams, one of the clowns himself, out there representing as car number 14. They just missed out on 13th by 1 spot there. We've got Anthony Pang from Asia as car number 15 here tonight. Jason Willman from Oz and Z not on track. He's currently car 16. Jorgen Rigtrup from Scandinavia as car number 17 is what I think is his second appearance with us, maybe his third. I lost count. From Iberia, we have Eva Esgrahela as car number 18. That's going to be a name for you to pronounce later on. We've got Raul Pradros from Carolina as car number 19, currently 6:23 in the morning there. And Martin Toombs from the UK and I as car number 20. sneaking in with an 881 I rating there, Alex.
Yeah, he is. Where is he? Mr. Toombs, there he is from UK and I. He's out there with his 881. He'd raised the bat several times, having scored that in a cricket game, but not here on a Sunday Night Lights. Oh, that's a bit of a silly reference. You don't get 800 in a cricket game, but it's tough to get 800 I rating here on a Sunday night, that's for sure. But we did see, I think momentarily I saw, there he is, hang on, why not P1? Scuderia Duncan, I saw. I can't even get the whole name in. Dario Frattini, he's ditched the old Overton. I don't know how the international man of mystery feels about that. But the world does move on. He's car number 4 nonetheless. Corey, great to see him back. Hendrickson currently sitting on provisional pole after his 2 laps with a 37-1. 37-4 for Sorosky, who crosses the line for the tail end of his second lap and does not improve. Actually goes a fraction slower. I'm just trying to find someone who's next. Herrera coming through the carousel to finish his lap. He's getting pretty close. Gardner is going to be the next to finish potentially. Not happy with his pace is Gardner. But where's he going? He's currently in P8. Crosses the line, gets up to P5. Herrera misjudged. He's all the way out the back. So pretty tight at the top there, although I say that. But it's only about a 10th. Randall now jumping up to provisionally on the front row there, Corey.
Yeah, Randall's got a lot of pace around here. So does Hendrickson. But we're currently looking at Zorek as he's come out of the final corner. He's currently P8. What can he do? And he does improve. He goes up to 7th, which is good. Next car on the list, I think, is the 6 of Ortuga. Was Ortuga got to finish off his qualifying effort. He was another one who qualified well in a warm-up race, had a little incident with Hendrickson, and it doesn't look like he improved. I think he might have won XT's lap, as there's a whole bunch of cars about to come across the line to finish off their laps here, Alex.
Yeah, Frattini crossing the line now in 10th. Can he improve for his second lap? He can, I think. No, he's stuck back down there in 10th, potentially picking up an incident point. I don't know, or just not a lot of laps here. Verney crossing the line now. What's he got for us? Not a great deal. Still down there in 13th. Bit of work to do still. I think number of drivers. It's been a ghost out here this week. Unfortunately, this track has a lot of character. It's quite popular on its day. But this week, I don't know whether it's because it's Easter or maybe it's the chicane scared people off or what it is. But down to the single split, 20 drivers, which is good night. Of course, this track was our first time we ever cracked 5K strength of field, Corey. So fond memories here on the more standard traditional layout. But still, tonight, 20 drivers turning up on an Easter Sunday is not bad at all.
Oh, definitely not, Alex. I actually expected less than this to show up for it, but it looks like qualifying has just ticked over, so it's time for us to start getting into the grid.
Yeah, let's go check it out. Tim Hendrickson on pole there with 37-1. Team Torpedo alongside him for Gone Skipping Racing. And a 10th behind is Jeff Randall. Car number 3. Starting on the second row, leading ANZ driver in the field tonight is Team Clowns. Vasco Sorosky, Daniel Ortuga from Scandinavia, 4/10 off pole, joins him on the second row. Neil Gardner for generally stupid and slow. Captain 409 starts out of 5th. Beside him for running on empty racing is Chris Herrera, car number 6. Yone Zorek for right foot breakers out of 7th. Tonight starting 8th will be Marcus Dorner. 9th off the grid will be the other clown in the field. Great qualifying there from Greg Adams. Car number 14 starting out of 9th, Dario Frattini. Why not P1? .com. He starts out of 10th. Chris Wayne, the other Gone Skipping Racing driver. He starts out of 11th. Alongside him on the 6th row will be Peter Vandernoord for Sleepy Cat Racing. As we go to the page, starting 13th tonight will be Samuel Collins. We haven't seen him in a while. He's the ANZ driver on the 7th row. Alongside him, another ANZ driver for Locked On Banter Alliance, Nathan Verney. Jorgen Rigtrup for MSB Racing out of 15th. Eva Escorihuela. I'm going to go with from Iberia. Starts out of 16th. Anthony Pang out of 17th. 18th tonight without setting a time with Jason Willman along with Rahul Prado and Martin Toombs. Similarly not setting times. Rounding out the field for the grid at least in 19th and 20th, Corey.
That's right, and I'm glad that you had a crack at pronouncing the name because I had a shocking time. But it looks like we've got everyone on the grid now as the heart rates start to raise. So do the revs, as the red lights mean rev and green lights mean go. Round number 3, season 34, Sunday Night Lights is underway here from Mid-Ohio, and we start things off with a fairly tame left-hander here, Alex, 90-degree left-hander before we start getting into some of the fun stuff with the bus stop before the keyhole.
Yeah, that's it, mate. It's tame off the line, but fourth gear, once you get going, it's in the rear there. We see Adams and Wayne going at it already. The field largely untroubled. Oh, one gone, I say that, and then one's just gone around. Trying to pick up who it is.
Samuel
The
Collins.
12. Yeah, Samuel Collins. He's been away forever, and he's come back, and by the time he's hit turn 4, he's around the other way. Car looks okay, so I think he'll be able to continue as we go and check out what's happening up front. We've got Swarovski sitting in third behind Randall and Hendrickson. They've sort of gone, pretty much in start order. It's not until you hit Frattini who's gone past the other clown in the field that we see a change to the running order. So the top 10, all but that exception as they started, Corey.
Yeah, that's right, Alex. And I think we won't see too much change in these early stages of the race. Everyone's just trying to find their feet, get their own space. And then as the race will go on, we'll start to see some moves possibly going into turn 6, which is that right-hander right down the end of the back straight there. But you can also try and make some moves going throughout the S's and through Thunder Valley. It's very difficult to make, but it's just one of those opportunities where things could happen. And these guys are definitely the kind that could make it happen absolutely anywhere on this track, Alex.
Yeah, that's it, mate. The risk we're running at the moment is Hendrickson off to a flyer and potentially getting away. Randall, though, no slouch. He's leading the chasing pack, and it is a fairly... What I do want to see, and what I do like to see, I should say, is there's some fairly racy folks in this pack. So we talk about sometimes challenging... it is being challenging to find passing opportunities here. I think these guys, the guys in this field, will certainly know how to find those opportunities. But again, that's all going to depend on whether or not they can keep hold of Mr. Hendrickson. Now, Randall's brought that gap down to about 5/10, 6/10, so he's already caught up a couple because it was out to about 8/10. And I suspect that there'll be a bit of a truce in this front pack, at least until they've reined in the Flying Dutchman, Corey.
Yeah, that's right, Alex. And I was sitting with Tim throughout the warm-up race, and he was telling me all about it. He kept hitting the drift button at the wrong time. We got one spinning in the background, and I think that might have been Marcus Dorner. In fact, it was Marcus Dorner there, spinning as he was coming out of one of the turns. Looked like he just ran a little bit wide, got into the grass, and that's a very damaged Skippy he's got on his hands now, Alex.
Yeah, just looking at... he's just come over the roof at Thunder Valley and, just put it into the wall. The suspension gets quite light there. He's clipped the grass, as you say, blown the engine at the same time. And unfortunately, that's all she wrote for Dorner. Shame. I was looking forward to seeing how he'd go in this kind of field. Hendrickson now back out 6.5 tenths. About 6 tenths now as they run down this long back straight here. A little kink here known as turn 5. Come down into what is the start of the primary passing opportunity. I think it's 3 wide in the background. It is. 3 wide in the background, if you don't mind. Oh, the 10 of Jerne Zorek gets through on the inside. Captain 499 in Neil Gardner, looking to hold up Chris Herrera, who's showing the nose. Azora gets it done. Been shuffling the order. We saw Swarovski get very wide on the exit of Thunder Valley, which is at the same place as Marcus Dorner last lap, except the head clown was able to hang on. And we do see a gap, though. That front four with Swarovski on the back now have broken the back, so to speak, of the rest of this field, as we see them strung out a little bit in that front four, all trying, Corey, to hang on to the coattails of Hendrickson at this stage, with a view to maybe having a crack at him later in the race.
Yeah, that'd be exactly it, Alex. As in the warm-up race, Zorek and Gardner had an epic race-long battle for the third position, and they were constantly contesting that. But they're going to have some other people there, with Herrera and Frattini being in that group as well. But I dare say, Alex, it looks like we're starting to develop some pockets of excitement here, as the entire fielders have spread out into their own little groups all throughout the field. So it could start getting quite exciting here soon, because some of the action doesn't just hold itself back to the last couple of laps.
Yeah, it's been a while since we had the old pockets, but certainly have. Front four now broken away from the second group, which are a little bit more lively at times, although they're spreading out a little as well. The lack of runs here this week potentially restricting the amount of attacking that people are prepared to do. Greg Adams looking at a top 10 finish in his battle with Chris Wayne. Both of them looking to hang on for that top 10 finish. Great to see Greg in the top 10. He loves, I think he gets a bit nervous here when he makes the top split, but he's been known to have a good result at the same time. Love showcasing the regulars who don't often get the run in the top split, Corey.
Yeah, absolutely, Alex. And he always gets a little bit extra chipper when Vasco has a bad race and he can finish in front of him. You know, that little team clown dynamic that they got. But it looks like Vasco struggling to hold on to the top three here. The gap between himself and Ortuga has blown out to about 0.6 of a second, 0.7 of a second, depending on where they are on the track. So Vasco struggling for a little bit of pace here, as the top three is starting to pull away from him, Alex.
Yeah, he's had a busy week off the track, so a bit short of a run, and potentially as a result, I know Ortuga's done a lot of laps here. Randall's hit up the time attack circuit and given that a good shake. And Hendrickson, of course, former series champion, no slouch in these conditions as well, even though he might be short of a run. We saw Greg Adams get overtaken by Wayne in actual fact. Oh, here we go. Randall's going to go around the outside into turn 6 in this configuration. The front three now bringing Swarovski back into it as they now head through the S's once again. The right-left right combination on the run into Thunder Valley. They're still side by side, putting on a show for the folks at home. Oh, there you go. The extra rotation there, a bit of a helping hand side by side as they crest the hill on the exit of Thunder Valley. Coming into the final couple of corners now, still side by side. Through 13 they go now, into the entry to the carousel. What's a US circuit without a carousel? Ortuga looking to get into it. Swarovski now right back into it. Oh, squeezing, rubbing, bouncing. It's all happening here on the exit of the final quarter. Swarovski now pulls out of the draft. I think he might just settle for a bit. Happy to be part of the show again, Corey.
Oh, absolutely, Alex. But what a show Hendrickson and Randall just put on for us side by side for, what was that, like 5 or 6 or 7 corners. That was incredible to watch. And something that Hendrickson didn't have to deal with in the warm-up race. And it looks like Randall is definitely going to be one to be reckoned with here, as he's just obviously got so much pace about him in this race, Alex.
Yeah, that's it, mate. He's been working hard on the pace for a good season or so now, as we said. And here we go again, down into turn 6. He's got a bit better of a run, not quite clear, but it's tough to go around the outside. You've got the beach on the inside there of the following corners. You crest the hill. I love the elevation changes at this circuit. So consistent with many US circuits And look at it, time and time again, you're cresting hills. We go through Thunder Valley after cresting, and then up on the exit again as you head through 11 now. And back down the other side. Great elevation changes throughout. And still side by side they go, continuing to put on a show. Otuga really trying hard to find a way through and maybe get a position out of the action in front of him. But this time they finally got it settled for the final corner. Great action up front again, Corey.
That's right, Alex. And you can see the elevation changes as they're going through the S's towards Thunder Valley. Really let the weight just come off of these cars a little bit and made them a little bit squirrely, which is very conducive to seeing them side by side like that. These guys are pushing the absolute envelope, and we're getting nearer to the halfway stage. So these guys are going to start putting the pressure on Hendrickson a lot more, especially as the laps start winding down. But Otuga is one with a lot of pace, and he's not going to want to sit there in third for long. So he's going to look at taking any opportunity he can get when he can get it here, Alex, as it looks like Randall going to the outside once more. It's the only door Hendrickson will leave open. And will Randall get him cleared before the corner this time? Just no, again, as once more Hendrickson has to get on the defensive. But Randall's had a better run this time through turn number 5. And he's holding on to the advantage at the moment, but he's going to be stuck on the outside when they come to Thunder Valley. And in fact, he's got it made this time as they come over turn 9. And now Hendrickson side by side with Otuga. These guys have a little bit of history from the warm-up race, and looks like Hendrickson just sneaking his gearbox in front of Otuga's nose there, Alex.
Yeah, that's right, mate. Got on board with the best seat in the house briefly there, riding on board with Otuga as we saw the front two of Randall and Hendrickson getting it done. It's now very compressed for P2 with those three, Hendrickson, Otuga and Sorowski sitting patiently in the background. But Randall finally getting it done after 3 attempts. No doubt Hendrickson keen to get back into it. Big shout out to Jason Willman, who's one of the long-standing stalwarts of Sunday and Monday Night Lights, one of the most capped races in our history. Doesn't qualify typically when he makes the top split, but he's up 7 positions, if you don't mind, Corey, starting at the rear, moving up to P11, point-scoring positions. Congratulations to Jason. Just sticking there, mate. I think you got a great chance of scoring some good points. But jumping forward, we'll go back to our second pack. Still led by Zorek, with Gardner, Frattini and Herrera doing their thing down the big back straight. Fanning out. This time looks like it will be Gardner looking to go around the outside if he can, mirroring what's going on in the front pack most of the time. These guys, Gardner running a bit wide as he crested the hill. And Zorek just giving as good as he got, allows Frattini to go through. Frattini is an absolute master at this stuff. Just manages to carve his way through a field, whether when he qualifies badly, just taking advantage of any opportunity. He saw that was a masterclass in how to just walk through a gap that was made in front of him, Corey.
Oh, absolutely, Alex. Frattini, one of the best pound-for-pound drivers we have on the grid here tonight. But while you were watching that second pack, I was still intently watching the first pack as we now reach the halfway point. And here goes Hendrickson now, trying to make a move in turn 1, if you don't mind, a place where we don't normally see overtakes happen. And it looks like we're going to go side by side as we go towards the bus stop. And in fact, we're almost in 2x2 formation there, as Randall holding on to the advantage, but they're still side by side as Hendrickson now will have to be forced around the outside of the keyhole. Not generally a place you want to be, but it'll give him a slightly better run here out of the keyhole. And let's see what's going to happen on the last lap. Randall actually forced Hendrickson to the inside of the corner. And now Hendrickson, with a lot of pace on board, will sneak to the outside, and he's going to try and make this move. Look at Randall just getting the side draft there, trying to make sure that Hendrickson doesn't get too far away. Side by side they go through turn 5. A little hip and shoulder there as Randall is now booted out of the way, and Otuga has moved up into the second position, Alex.
Yeah, fantastic pictures that time from on board. Hendrickson, we saw all that firsthand, a bit of hip and shoulder. making some space. Oh, as we're coming up to our first lap, car, if you don't mind, gets out of the way. Does the 18 of Eva Escorihuela. I'll give that a crack, see how that goes. But Eva's now out of the way and a lap down, as up front the action has been thick and fast. Checking in with our second pack, Frattini once again moving forward. This time he won't be moving forward too much. He'll be looking to defend, as we've got the hard charging Zorek and Gardner behind. Herrera maybe short of a run, getting ready for SNS tomorrow. Good practice laps in here for him, and I'm sure he'll take full advantage in the sessions tomorrow. Meanwhile, Otuga's got past in that that action we saw through turn 6, I should say, in this configuration previously, as the boys come through and around the keyhole once again on the exit of the unique chicane layout here. And we progress with 10 laps down already, Corey. This thing flying by.
Oh, absolutely, Alex. And when the action is hot, like what it has been this last few laps, time just absolutely flies by, as Hendrickson looking to the outside. And we're going to go 3 wide for the lead into turn 5 this time. And, oh, we're just going to get out of it. 2 by 2 now, Randall and Hendrickson once more. But Hendrickson with the advantage now. Randall on the inside of Ortuga as we get to turn numbers 8 and 9. And what has they got? And it looks like Ortuga is going to maintain the second position there. But Randall came from so far back coming into turn 5, Alex, and he almost turned that back into a second place position.
Unbelievable stuff there. 3 wide, if you don't mind, into turn 6. Beautiful driving. I didn't think I saw any contact or anything. The guys did a fantastic job there. Crazy stuff. And they've all come out smiling on the other side, no doubt enjoying the run, each and every one of them. Frattini now still on the front of that secondary pack. There we have a left and a right pocket of excitement, dare we say, with Zorek now settling in behind. I thought the front 4 might bring these guys back in, and we might have one large pocket of 8. However, not to be. They haven't fought so much that they brought the others back in. In fact, the gap's sitting at around 4.5 seconds. But Ortuga now, he does love a race, does love to get the elbows out. And it's his turn to have a crack at Hendrickson, but expect Randall to come back as well, Corey. Plenty to play for in the last 4.5.
Oh, absolutely, as Ortuga takes to the grass to get to the outside of Hendrickson. Randall, sensing an opportunity, tried to get up the inside of both of them again, could only get up to the inside of Ortuga. Side by side once more we go through all of the twisty, turny and winding S's sections. And they're still side by side back there for a second. But it looks like Ortuga once more going to take the advantage as they come through turn 9. The elevation there really favors the inside car. And they calm down once more. It's 4.5 laps to go now, Alex. The race is almost over already, and I don't want it to be.
Yeah, that's it, mate. The risk these guys run with that action in trying to move forward at this stage of the race is once again Hendrickson threatening just to eagerly move away from this pack with every attack done in the chasing cars. Now, we've still got 4 behind in this secondary pocket. We've got Frattini still leading. Like Gardner's got through now on Zorek, and Herrera sitting in the background. We've still got a battle going on between the other clown in the field, Greg Adams and Chris Wayne. Teammates here battling away. Their teammates, of course, battling away in the front pack as well. Fascinating to see the Gone Skipping Racing rivalry building with the clowns there, Corey, in the races within races in this one.
Yeah, that's right. It harks back to the old Milo versus
Ovaltine.
I had Ovaltine, that's it. The Milo versus Ovaltine days of MNL. Yeah, I had a mind blank there. My apologies.
We had some Nesquik for a little while as well. The chocolate milk wars were raging there for some time, mate. But you're right, it does hark back to some of the battles we saw yesteryear, so to speak.
Yeah, and even more so now since pretty much none of those teams exist anymore. Ovaltine has become speedy snails, and even then I think they've folded now too. So and we almost never see any Milo cars out there anymore. Luke Whitten's moved on to other things. Russell off teaching internationally, and I think Luke Whitten has just gone off to do other things as well, which is a shame because Luke Whitten was probably one of the best drivers on their team. But back to current events, and it looks like that second pack starting to get a bit of gaps about them now, Alex.
Yeah, that's it, mate. Fatini and Gardner looking to move away then from Zorek and Herrera. But up front, we've got 2 and a bit, or 2 3/4 laps to go as they come through that first chicane in this layout. Oh, Tuga already showing briefly up the inside. Takes the tighter line there. I don't think that'll help his exit through the keyhole. In fact, I imagine if Randall hadn't taken quite such a tight line, he might be putting more pressure. Although Otuga immediately moves to driver's right, and it is side by side. Oh, Randall now almost having to check up. Oh, he turns in quite early behind the unencumbered Hendrickson in the lead, who was clear of Otuga. Otuga now side by side with Randall. They're still going to battle, and Hendrickson licking his lips as the two behind him touch wheels once again, cresting the hill down into Thunder Valley once more. They're still side by side. This is what Skippy Racing's all about, folks. You can go side by side time and time again. But meanwhile, as these two of Otuga and Randall battle it out, Hendrickson in the Team Torpedo blue and orange machine looking ever more like he might get away as they cross the line this time round. There'll be 2 to go. Exiting the carousel, Hendrickson has an 8/10 of a second lead. The question is, how much of that lead can these guys eke out in their chase? Although this time Randall said throwing caution to the wind. Oh, he's turned him. He's turned it. Oh, beautiful catch from Otuga. Barely broke a stride. Did you see that one, Corey? He just caught it. He did the old fourth pedal, caught it beautifully and continued on. And Randall making contact through turn 1 and Hendrickson off to the races. I think he's got this one, Corey. You with me, Corey? Push the button, son.
Yep. Pushed the wrong button. But what a save there for Otuga. That was a masterclass, one of the best saves we've seen, because the first corner here, not exactly a slow corner. It's a very fast fourth gear corner. But now the battle is on for second, as I just saw Vasco sneaking to the outside of Randall. Randall's going to take the advantage, breaking a little bit deeper into turn 5. But Vasco showing his intentions now that the front pack has all stretched out. As you said before, this is going to be Hendrickson's race to lose here, as the gap is massive. It's about 1.5 seconds. So I don't think he's going to be headed here at all unless lap traffic gets involved, which I also highly doubt. But the battle here for second between Randall and Sorosky is still absolutely on. And don't count out Otuga. He might be 1.1 back, but he can close that gap in 1 lap. And maybe try and go for a kamikaze dive bomb into the final corner, Alex.
Potentially, if these two battle it out, they will bring him back in easily. Hendrickson now, again, lap traffic coming up. Is that Prados in front potentially? Oh, he's blinking as well. That's not what the leader wants to see. He says, Blinky Bill, go home, please. And he does. He gets out of the way, lets the leader through. What will he do for the second group, though? Oh, the 19 goes through the chicane with the second group coming right on his tail. Sorosky now looking to take advantage up the inside. He gets out of the way finally. As that brought Otuga back in, I think it might have, although he's 8.5 tenths behind. What's Frattini doing? Frattini's on the front now. Gardner, Zorek back into it. I don't think there's enough there. He's not close enough to get involved. Gardner will have a look, no doubt, on Frattini. Yeah, there's so much going on. There's pockets everywhere. Now it's Frattini and Gardner side by side into turn 6. Gardner turns in again. It looks so early. There's smoke in front. Will they have the lap traffic to deal with? Gardner gets a good exit. Again, he runs quite wide there on exit. It seems to be a consistent thing. Side by side, still they go. Will these two get it sorted by Thunder Valley? Oh, Frattini coming back and side by side behind as well. It's all line astern in front. Gardner running very wide on the exits. They're still side by side. I've got to go check on the leader, surely. Oh, Gardner's not going to get that. Oh, Hendrickson chasing car 20 to cross the line. He's going to push the lap traffic out of the way. Randall's going to get second. Swarovski, another podium. Frattini's going to exit the carousel. Oh, what's going on there? Gardner falling back. Oh, he's pulled up real short there. I don't know if Gardner's had a problem or what. We'll go and have a look at that. Adams crosses the line ahead of Wayne. There's a few folks, a bit of dust in the background, or smoke, I should say. Chris Wayne's had an incident. Let's go see what happened to Wayne in the closing stage. He's in a battle with a clown there, Greg Adams. Greg comes out. Wayne's just, the rear's got away from it. He's desperately trying to get that P9, and he has to catch it up, gather it up, and grab only P10. Trying to see what happened with Neil and Frattini. Let's see the last overtake that happened. Oh, Garner ran wide on the exit of the Thunder Valley, gathered it up. They've had a little contact there. Zorek going through. They're coming into the run into the carousel. What's happened was Gardner. He's just, oh, it's hard to say. A little bit of contact there. Force wide. He's gathered it up, and Herrera's gone through as well. Gardner desperate to get across, and I don't think he got it in the end there, and has to settle. He's gone from fighting for fourth down to eighth, Corey. No wonder he was dirty at the end there. I can only imagine.
Oh, yeah, he was fighting so hard there to try and maintain that fifth position, but after he lost the rear end there coming across Thunder Valley, he just got stuck on that outside line, and that's all she really wrote. The way that this track rises and falls, it can definitely be a big detriment if you don't hit it just right, and it seemed that on that last lap, Gardner couldn't do anything but not hit it correctly. So that's unfortunate for him, but that is the way the racing goes sometimes, and Tim Hendrickson come home with a big victory here tonight.
Yeah, I felt like Captain 49 got a bit freight train there at the end. And I just followed Martin Toombs, car number 20, as he crossed the line. We saw the leader going to lap him at the end. He was pushed him over the line, but of course it meant Martin had to do a full lap after everyone else had finished, and we just saw him cross them. But that means, of course, that we can have a look at our results, and that we do. We bring up Tim Hendrickson, who has taken out another victory here on a Sunday night for Team Torpedo, just ahead of Jeff Randall for Gone Skipping Racing, who, when Alex gets around to doing the points, will have started to put together a handy tally, dare I say. So one of the early season favourites finishes in second here tonight. Vasco Swarovski for Team Clowns after, I don't know if he's even turned a lap before this race, to be honest. Patient until right at the end, sort of showed the nose here and there, but did nothing too adventurous, commensurate with the lack of laps here, and he's got come away with a podium. Fantastic effort from Swarovski there. Daniel Otuga, more up the end of the field that I would expect him to be at than his previous couple of outings with us, as he gets used to the racing here with more quality drivers around him. He's used to one or two, I think, but when you get a handful there, maybe when he gets used to that, we'll see him once again continuing to challenge for the wins. Dario Frattini there rounds out the top five for Why Not P1. Scuderia Duncan Asor racing team. Interesting. P5 leading that secondary pack there ahead of Yurnay Zorek for Right Foot Breakers in sixth. P7 tonight went to Chris Herrera for Running on Empty. Ahead of the unlucky Captain 499 for Generally Stupid and Slow. Neil Gardner finishing in eighth. Greg Adams, the other clown in the field, balanced out the ledger with the new and emerging rivalry with Gone Skipping Racing's Chris Wayne, who's finished in 10th. P11 tonight, the stalwart in the field for M&L and SNL, Jason Willman, ahead of P12 that went to Nathan Verney for Locked On Bandit Alliance Racing, ran out the SNL point scoring positions. The Sleepy Cat himself, Peter Vandernoord, whose name gets cut off each and every time. I'll need to do something about that. He's finished in 13th. Anthony Pang in 14th. Samuel Collins returns tonight to finish in 15th. The ANZ driver, Jorgen Rigtrup for MSB Racing. He has finished in 16th tonight ahead of Martin Toombs, car 20 from UK&I in 17th. Raul Prados, the American, finishing in 18th as I click the button that shows the last two drivers. Eva Escorihuela from Iberia on debut, finishing in 19th ahead of Marcus Dormer, who has finished in 20th. Corey, that's how they ran. That's how they finished. Really good show from the 20 that showed up to here tonight.
Oh, absolutely, Alex. The top 8 specifically put on a fantastic show for us there. They might have been split off into 2 groups, but it just seemed every other lap there was some kind of battle going on, especially after the halfway point, which is the point where I said they're going to need to start stepping up and putting some pressure on, and that's exactly what they did. And they put on a fantastic show for us here tonight, and this will definitely be one of those ones that'll go down into the memory bank for later on.
Yeah, that's it, mate. They did a great job out there tonight. A couple of drivers that did and were right in the thick of it. Let's begin with a couple of interviews here. We got Jeff Randall. Jeff, congratulations, mate. Another podium here tonight. Geez, she got a bit busy there in the middle and then again there at the end, mate. But happy to come away with PT, no doubt.
Yeah, delighted with P2. Yeah, it was a cracking race. Getting used to some different lines after the long right-hander at the end of the straight, and then that left-hander. That left-hander yields some very different lines from different drivers. If I've got someone on my right, and I'll keep tight to the left and turn in. And I found out that Tim's line is a little different through there. Yeah. And he bumped me wide a couple of times. But, you know, it's racing. He's entitled to his line. But, yeah, it was great fun. It really was, yeah.
Yeah, it looked like it, mate. Sorry, go ahead.
I don't know if my turning on Daniel was my fault or not. I honestly haven't looked at it, but it was a tight corner.
Yeah.
But yeah, he got a bit bumped.
Yeah, mate. Haven't looked at it as yet, but certainly you're right. A couple of lines there over that cresting left-hander going around the beach there, China Beach, I think that area is called, and yeah, we saw a couple of folks that run a bit wider there and others that keep it tight. And I know mine preferred line's the tighter line, but you run the risk on the outside of any corner like that, particularly with a crest like that where the car becomes unweighted. Yeah, look, it's just part of racing. We all get around here differently. There's no one perfect line, particularly with the variations on this track. But yeah, have to go back and have a look otherwise, mate. But it certainly looked like, you know, you could go 3/4 of a lap side by side, which is always a big fun part of this category, right?
Oh, without a doubt, yeah. I mean, to go side by side with Tim around most of the lap, that was a lot of fun. And yeah, it's just one of those tracks that it just brings on close racing in the Skippy. It's so ideal for it. It's really perfect.
Yeah, that's it, mate. Well, another good result for you. Want to get the points updated. I think you'd be doing pretty well and looking to build yourself into a good season and well up there, challenging for the title overall, mate. So some good consistent results could help with that. But for now, mate, thank you for joining us. Congratulations again. Did you want to give a shout out to anyone or perhaps even mention the league we got going?
Yeah, of course, you and Corey, great job, guys. Thanks for doing what you do. And shout out to Chris, my teammate in Gone Skipping Racing. And of course, at Fridays at 19:30 GMT, well, actually, it's going to be GMT +1 now with the clock change. There's the Skip Barber Challenge Trophy. So all are welcome. I would love to see as many people there as possible.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. All the better. Get more skipping racing. The more skipping racing, the better. So congratulations again, mate. Another great result. Look forward to talking to you again soon.
Thanks, Alex.
There you go, Corey. It's Gone Skipping Racing's Jeff Randall. He's come away with another podium. Like I said, building for a good season for him.
Yeah, he's definitely riding the wave of momentum right now with these really good results. And as you said, I reckon he'll be right up there in one of the top 3 positions in the points. I'm going to put my neck out and say. But, you know, he's just been putting on a fantastic season so far. There's no doubt about it. And this track in a lot of ways is very similar to the way Brands Hatch. You got to drive it with the way that the track rises and falls. Obviously a very different layout, but Yeah, it's just it seems that these kinds of tracks are the ones that are really in Randall's wheelhouse, and we'll always see him towards the front in these kinds of races. But it's going to be interesting next week to see how he deals with the different track that we're going to, and see whether he can keep himself towards the front.
Yeah, that's it. The GP layout at Suzuka, very, very different kind of circuit to this one. So, yeah, good to see how he fares it there as well. Now, moving on, we got our third place getter tonight. One of the two clowns who were both successful here tonight won Vasco Sorowski. Congratulations, sir. Maintaining the moniker of head clown, this time finishing in front of the teammate. That's a good start anyway.
Oh, we started. Evening, boys. I watched a really good race. It was good. It was good fun. they battled really well and they did really good stuff. And they drove well. And mate, I couldn't come off that hairpin to save my life for 15 laps. I think we nailed it once. And yeah, I was quite happy to follow the leader. No race laps. I was just waiting for opportunities, and when they happened, I wasn't ready for them. So something to work on and look forward to. But yeah, Jeff, Tim, and Daniel, mate, they raced awesome. I thought they were, it was really fun watching them right there. To be honest with you, it was worth the ticket, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's it, mate. But a handy result that comes along with that as well. A bit of patience shown under the conditions, as you say. Not many laps here this week, so walking away with P4. The soft might have been down, single split, but the quality is certainly there. So, great patience and good strategy here on a night when you're a bit short of a run, mate. A podium, maybe, I don't know, maybe a podium and there with no racing. Maybe that's a thing. Have a think about that.
I don't know. We want the win. We want the win. That's all we're after. We're sick of these podiums. So I'll take them. I won't complain too much. But we want that win. Yeah. But going into it, I thought, no, there's some pace there, but I knew I was going to be slow down that back straight. And I just couldn't work it out. I think we worked it out at the very end, what everyone else was doing, and I wasn't. But something to think about for next time, I guess. But yeah, because that's your primary overtake, I guess. So we had one little go at Jeff, and I wasn't that fast because I thought, a couple more laps, we'll push it a bit harder, as we go along. But I messed up the run in the last 2 laps. So happy to be third, and well done to all the other boys that were in there, and well done to Greg as well. I think Greg finished up in the points, so it's good to see 2 clowns up in there.
Yeah, that's it, mate. Well, congratulations. Nice podium here when not much running, nothing to sneeze at there, and hopefully build into continue good results from here, mate. But congratulations again. Anyone like to give a shout out to tonight, mate?
Oh, you and Corey, as always, mate, for putting it on, and all the other drivers, definitely. It's good to see everyone rock up for a Sunday night race, and the quality's there, and it's good to see all the names up there, and the quality of drivers and the quality of racing, mate. It's awesome. So them, and obviously all the clowns as well. Got to give them a big shout out.
Yeah, absolutely beautiful, mate. All right, great to see you, and we'll talk to you again soon.
Thanks, guys.
There you go, Corey. Had clown once again. Vasco Sorowski with a great podium there tonight, and not a bad Easter present.
Yeah, definitely not, especially after no previous laps around here this week. But no, he put in a solid effort. He just sat there and waited. It's hard to believe at one point we're talking about him dropping off that front pack, with him falling to about 8 tenths behind. But once they started battling again, he was right back in the thick of it, and just looking to survive, which is something that he sometimes has trouble with. But it's great to see Vasco up there doing well. And, I reckon he'll be in for some more solid results, and hopefully I can get a couple more out of context sound clips from him as well. Didn't get any this week, but we definitely got one of him last week.
That's it. Perfect. Now we'll go from the green-wheeled clown car to the pink-wheeled clown car. Mr. Greg Adams, another appearance in the top split with P9, top 10 finish. Not quite the head clown resting result, but certainly a strong performance. Well done, Greg. Welcome to the booth. How did it go out there for you tonight? You look like you had a good battle with Chris Wayne.
Mate, it was that was an awesome race. It's sort of genuine top 10 for me. I'm absolutely stoked. Got to give a big shout out to Chris Wayne. I think we were sort of barely separated by a second the whole race, and just brilliant racing. It was really, really good.
Yeah, and that's what we do it for, right? You come out in these cars that are known for their close and tight racing, and you come out of a battle like that, you feel like they won the whole thing, let alone just the battle you were in, and that sort of racing experience is what we turn up for each week, right?
Yeah, that's it. No, absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, perfect, mate. Great to see you out there. Love seeing you get a run in the top split and then getting a good result at the same time. That's very satisfying, no doubt. And a nice little present from the Easter Bunny, as we said. So congratulations again, mate. Anyone you'd like to give a shout out to tonight?
Yeah, just to my clown buddies, Chris Wayne for being a gentleman and a scholar in his racing. Yeah, my clowns. Mark Lays should be back with us very soon.
Oh, very good. We might even end up with a shutter of clowns here on a Sunday night. Wouldn't that be a thing, right?
That's the plan.
Yeah, perfect. All right, Greg. Great to see you, mate. Congratulations again. Look forward to seeing you again soon.
Thanks, guys. Bye.
There you go, Corey, the other clown on the field, Greg Adams, rounding out the interviews tonight here on Easter Sunday. And yeah, look, that is exactly why we do this each and every week, where we talk about races within races. And Greg there has had a race-long battle with Chris Wayne, come out on top, and just, feels like he's won the whole thing.
Oh, absolutely, Alex. And it's also just great to see Greg Adams, getting exposed to the top split environment and how competitive everyone is. And, he's becoming a better driver because of it. And I think we'll see him make some big strides towards the front, if not the mid-pack of the front of the field before too long, because he's definitely one to watch as he starts improving his racecraft a little bit more. And we'll see him just get faster and faster as time goes on.
Yeah, that's it, mate. Rewards come to those who put in the yards, and Greg certainly looking to enjoy the fruits of his labour here tonight. But that, folks, might do it for us. Hendrickson, former champion, of course, taking out another race tonight. It was made to work very hard for it, made it look easy at the end when the squabbles broke out behind him, but fantastic result for the Flying Dutchman for Team Torpedo. But, Corey, that'll do us. We'll tell the folks at home we got coming up this week.
So I do not have a league race tomorrow morning. Thankfully, I get to sleep in. But I am locked into the top 35 in points for the Winstell 2004 series using the Gen 4 Cup cars. So next week we'll be going to Martinsville for that. And from what I'm hearing, it's we can run the entire track in third gear, which will be very interesting. It will encourage a lot of wheel spin. So that's going to have to be something that we'll have to keep an eye on throughout that race. We got output on Wednesday at 11:35 Western Australian time. That's GMT +8. I've got a couple of league races on Friday that I'm going to compete, and then this weekend is also the final weekend for Perth Motorplex action. So I'll be there on Friday night and Saturday night as they close out their season. And then it's back here with you again next week, Alex, as we take on Suzuka, the GP layout.
Yeah, looking forward to that. I love a GP circuit in the skips. Brings out all sorts of great racing. Thank you to everyone that's joined us here tonight. We got the places you can find us on the screen at the moment. Of course, we do live stream in 1440p on the Top Split YouTube at the same time, but that's also where you find this and all the other race replays for the last 30 plus seasons of Monday and Sunday Night Lights. Thanks to all the supporters on the stream tonight with the subs on Twitch, our sacred home. That sort of support is greatly appreciated, but the thumbs up, the likes and the subscribes on all the different places really help us a great deal. But otherwise, folks, that'll do us. Suzuka next week, same bat time. Well, no, same bat channel, daylight savings, so there'll be an hour shift, an hour earlier, depending on where you are in the world and how the time zones go from summer to winter and winter to summer and all the rest of it. Just check out the Discord. I'll put up a time thing so everyone knows. But otherwise, folks, thank you for joining us. And on behalf of the chaotic one, Corey Steinhauser, I'm Alex McKellar. And until next time, I will say ciao for